Good morning. Today is Wednesday, the day before New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve again. We were just doing Christmas Eve. Now it's New Year's Eve. Good morning, good morning. I hope that you'll find your way to the playground this morning. I'm a little late again, and I apologize. I run slow to the playground these days. It's a beautiful day here. We're getting warmer weather. The snow is melting. It feels like springtime outside. Tomorrow will be almost 70 degrees. No, Friday will be. It's so much for our winter here, which is okay with me. I like a little taste. We got our white Christmas. That's what I say every year. Hi, Luz. Good morning. If we get a white Christmas, I'm okay. We got a white Christmas. We had a tough time with that white Christmas, but we had our white Christmas and it was gorgeous, and now I'm okay. If it all just wants to go away and turn into spring, I'm okay with that. So that's what we're getting right now, so it feels really good. Good morning, Melanie. How are you up in that cold, cold, cold north? I think of you often when it gets really snowy here. I think, that's what Melanie's getting, only worse. I'm sure it's worse. Good morning, Carol Ann. Good morning. All my friends are gathering. I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about how blessed we all are. So many of us at the beginning of 2020, we didn't even know each other. And if we did, we were just acquaintances. I've known Gerald Ann for years, kind of, but I didn't really know Gerald Ann until this year. And many of you, Carol, you're new. Melanie, you're new. Luz, I've just met you. You're such beautiful friends. So no matter what anyone says about 2020, I still see it as a beautiful, beautiful year. As painful and difficult as it's been just an incredibly powerfully charged, energetic, amazing experience. So I would do it all over again. Just go through it all over again for everything that has transpired this year, how things have changed, how I've changed. Can you look back at yourself back in January, February? We were so different before the pandemic. We were so different. So I felt it coming. I think many of us did. We knew something big was coming. We've known something big was coming. We've been on edge for a while, really, light workers, those of us that are on this journey together. We've known something was coming for a long time, haven't we? So, and it's always like, okay, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? I feel like we're in a phase, we've been there, we always have on the earth. It's like dark against light all the time. Which direction do we choose to go? I was writing about it this morning. Hi, John. Good morning. I was writing about it this morning because I felt like we get to choose. We get to choose if we want to live in heaven or hell. Right here. We're choosing right now with every breath that we take. So isn't it important to spend time really, I'm going to sneeze, so excuse me in advance. I feel it coming. Maybe I won't. When I was little, that reminded me of something that's kind of cute. I got that face again. When I was little, and I shouldn't say this out loud, please don't call me this because I really don't like it, but my father always had nicknames for all of us. And my nickname was Snuffy because I was always doing the same thing. Jess did it too. My oldest, when she was a baby, she made the same face. She would go like that. That's my baby face. Isn't that cute? So, means my nose itches. So, he called me, drum roll here, Snuffy. He called me Snuffy, the snuff. So I don't really like it, so don't repeat it to anyone. Just don't, that's our secret. That's just between us. But I reminded myself of that when I did that face. We're still babies, aren't we? Good morning, Denise. Good morning. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Umi. You guys are just popping in. That's what we're talking about this morning. All these beautiful connections that we've made in this past year. I would not go back and undo 2020 for anything in the world. It has been such a powerful, when you sit back and you really look at it, you're like, I've known for a long time that money was going to become obsolete. I've known for a long time that people were going to be pulled together in some way. And I see it from the positive. I see this. I'm not going to go down that path of what could be and all the scary stuff. I feel. Did you feel that? I feel how we get to choose. Are we going to choose to keep living a hell on earth? Or are we going to choose to bring heaven? As above, so below. I've been so obsessed with that. I see the tree up above and I see the tree down below. And I love reflections, and they remind me of that as above, so below. Out there, once we step out of physical, everything's beautiful. Everything's amazing. There's love, love, love. Everyone loves each other. There's no jealousy. There's no hatred. There's no hunger. There's no fear. That's what I choose. That's the world that I choose to create for myself and for everyone in it. Just nothing but love. So, what have we learned from 2020? We've learned how to love. We've learned how to love more deeply, haven't we? We learned how to love from our losses. And so we have this collective this year of so much loss and fear and all of these things. And it creates in us what happens when we have a horrible disaster. People come together. They love each other a little bit more. They look at their children and they're like, I'm so thankful that you're still here with me. They look at their loved ones and they're so grateful and thankful. For every breath, you start to celebrate. As you watch your loved ones sleep, you start to celebrate every breath that fills their lungs. Like, oh goodness, you're still breathing. Thank goodness, thank goodness. We learn to appreciate each other. So this year has been a year of learning to appreciate, learning to really see one another differently, see each other's hearts instead of the physical. You know, like with this face of mine, this face. Look through to the other side. Look at yourself in the mirror and don't look at the face first. Look at your soul. Look at your beautiful spirit that can soar with the eagles. You're up there soaring with the eagles anytime you choose. You are a being of light. You're a being of love. That's the truth of who you are. The rest of it's just wrapping paper. It's the packaging. It's just the packaging. The package that we chose to come into this lifetime. But what you really are is so amazing that if you could see yourself, I say that often. Somebody said once, it may be in the Bible, there's probably a Bible verse, that if we could never look upon God, because if we looked upon God, we would fall over dead, because it would be more amazing, more magnificent, just more than our bodies could handle, and it would just knock us right over. I believe that each one of us carries that same amazing, incredible, blindingly, I don't have a word for it. There are no words. When you leave the body, you become that. And you couldn't look upon yourself in physical form without being bowled right over, because you're so magnificent. There's no words to describe how incredible. So, we're getting a little taste of it, it seems. We're just beginning, as the collective consciousness wakes up. We're beginning to look at one another differently. There you are. I see you. You're me. I'm you. I can see you. I can see the light in your eyes. I know that we're connected. I know that we're meant to meet one another. I see you. Isn't that amazing? Hi, Stefan. Good morning. How are you? Who else popped in? Sherry, good morning. I think I said hi to everyone else. Good morning to everyone that's here. I'm all about the love today. Have you noticed that? What did I name it? I can't remember. Love energy. The energy of love, something like that. Because I really, really believe in this. I really believe that there is no stronger power. There is no stronger power anywhere in all of the galaxies that have ever been created. They came out of the energy of love. They came out of the energy of love. Of course, we have this, on this planet, we have this energy of fear. And that destroys. That the energy of fear is the great destroyer. It's the one that plows through the earth and brings about destruction and hatred and hunger and greed and all of those things. And the energy of love is so much stronger. The energy of love, you can see them in a battle with each other right now. They're in a battle. Please look beyond the physical and see this battle going on of this energy of fear constantly in people. When I walk downtown, the energy of this little town, when Steve and I used to come here, it used to just be fun. It used to just feel, like a big fair. And when I walk down now, ever since this pandemic, I walk down, I would probably have to say it's been going on longer, for about 4 years. This energy that rolls through this town now, it's almost impossible for me to walk downtown and really enjoy myself, because people are just so oblivious to each other. It's like these masks and this pandemic has caused so much separation. They're not seeing one another. We're covering our faces. We can't see each other's smiles. We can't. It's like it's causing this block. We're like, we've got our blinders on, and people can't even see me. It's like Did I die? Am I actually in physical still? Because they'll just plow right over you. They literally will just walk right into you, plow right over you. It's this energy, heavy, heavy energy of darkness and fear. They're afraid. This virus has caused this horrible fear across the planet. And we're not looking around where they are not. I am, and I know many of you are. There's so much of not seeing one another. They're blinded by their fears. And then we have the energy of love, which has been coming forth more and more and more strongly. And when you tune into it just for a moment, you're like, there it is. There it is. I can find it. If I can't find it when I'm amongst all the people downtown, I can find it within me. I can stop for just a moment and say, where was I the other day? I was in this really cool thrift store. That's what I'm trying to say, the other day. And they have Christian music playing in there all the time. And it's beautiful music. And for a moment, and please don't think this is ego, because it's not ego at all. I was just walking through and I'm listening to the music and I'm listening to people sing along and they're all pretty happy. And everybody was busy and doing their thing and not really paying attention to each other. And they're all in masks. And all of a sudden I had this voice of Jesus come into me. And it was like, I wonder if they can actually recognize that I'm still here, that I'm already here, that I've always been here. I wonder, they're so busy in their religion. They're so busy believing that at some day they're going to be able to cross over into those pearly gates and by their belief systems, and that they're going to be able to sit face to face with Jesus. And I wonder, I stood there for a minute and I said, I want to see too. I want to see too. So I just took a second to bring in the energy of Jesus, just for a few moments. I just kind of drew it in. And I stood there. And I just waited to see if anyone could recognize the energy that Jesus still instills in us, brings through, that so many of us channel for healing to others and to ourselves, that we can feel the energy of Jesus, we know. And yet here I'm in a store filled with people who are so-called Christians. We're singing along with these hymns, and yet, as I stood there and drew in the energy of Jesus, not one noticed. Not one looked in my direction. We have forgotten that Jesus, or they've forgotten that Jesus never died, or that any of the ascended masters, or that any of our loved ones, we don't die. And so at any moment we can draw in the energy. And at any moment we can experience that all-encompassing love. At any moment, we don't have to wait until tomorrow. We don't have to wait until we're dead. Why would we wait until we're dead to experience such amazing love? Why don't we allow it? Why don't we wake up and allow it? So this is a very religious area that I live in. And I don't have anything against religions. You're welcome to believe whatever you choose to believe. But it's the dogma. It's the being stuck. People get so stuck in their belief systems that they forget that this energy of God, the energy of the angels, the energy of Jesus, the energy of whoever it is that they're choosing to worship is alive and well and can be channeled at any moment. And wow, are they missing the boat. So when I walk downtown, all I see is these blank faces. I've been watching this series and I highly recommend it. I don't know why that came up to me again. It's called His Dark Materials. It's on HBO. I just got to the end of the second season. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I got to wait. I might watch it all over again. It goes from the series from the Golden Compass, if you've ever... But there's a part in it where they have these like clouds of energy that go through this one area. And whenever those clouds of energy that are very evil, and whenever they come in, they pull the light right out of people. And suddenly their eyes cloud over and they walk around and there's no life left. They're pulling their souls out. And that's what I see when I walk downtown. I'm looking amongst these people and I love them. They're all part of me too. We're all connected. And yet they're clouded. There's so much fear in them that it's so hard to see. It's so hard for me to look in their eyes and see their soul. Does that make sense? I feel like these movies, they're teaching us so much. I saw Metatron's Cube in it the other day and I was like, oh, look at that. This movie has Metatron in it. It's amazing what our TV shows are trying to do to wake us up right now. But that's what it looks like to me when I walk amongst people that are so blinded by religion, by politics, by 3D. It's like you look at them and you're like, where are you? I know you're in there somewhere. You're buried so deeply. You're buried so deeply. And yet, if we give them a chance, if we give them a chance, they're still in there somewhere. It's just that reminder. It seems like they're all clouded over with all the fear. It's just covering them up. Somewhere down in there, I know they're still there. They have to be. But sometimes it's so impossible for them to dig their way back out, isn't it? Lots to think about today. So, this is what I do. And I hope that you'll join me. And I have a fuzzy, I'm sorry. You ever get a tickle and you're like, what is on my face? There she goes into her little girl again. I bounce back and forth into that little girl really easily. I don't know if you've noticed that. Hold on a second. We'll bounce back into the higher self. The wisdom is going to fill in the blanks here in a second. When you walk downtown, when you walk amongst people, when you're shopping, when you're in the crowds, take a moment, remember that. Remember to go, okay, if I stand here for a second and I really focus and I fall into my heart space, I can pull in the energy of Jesus. I can pull in the energy of Source, which people are all attracted to. If you can pull in Source energy, people are all like, oh, okay, I feel that. Try it. Try it for a second. People are so drawn to it. It wakes them up. It gives them that call that even though you're walking downtown and you're like, they're running me over and they're all being grumpy and they're being loud and obnoxious and whatever they're doing, and it can be difficult to be amongst them, when you take that time to put on that cloak of love, that energy of love, just wrap it around you. Let it shine. There will be those who are still in their slumber who will get the wake-up call, who will suddenly, it's like the light switch turns on and they're like, bing. So in that movie that I was talking about where this darkness comes and pulls their soul away, I have to believe that we are here to bring it back again. Thank you. That we're here to show people how to find their way back out of that darkness, how to get unburied from all those heavy belief systems and all those fears that they carry. And oftentimes, it's not our words. It's not the words. They're not going to hear your words, I promise. You can sit there and talk to people who are really, really buried. If they're not ready to hear what you have to say, they're not going to hear you. But if you put on that cloak of love and you walk downtown or wherever you're going, and they are, part of them is waiting for that wake-up call, the energy alone speaks volumes. The energy alone, you walk by and you bring that sense of overwhelming, complete and total love, because that's what Source is. And it brushes by them because your aura is so big, and it reaches out and it touches. And they go, oh, wait a minute, what was that? Wait a minute. I'm awake again. It seems to me that we're in a time, everybody talks about this virus, and I'm like, yeah, there's a virus and there's another virus. There's an illness going around that is creating an energy of blindedness. They can't see the truth. It's like it's absolutely taking their something. It's like they can't process right. It's like I see it all the time, and I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but it's like this darkness, this fear is covering them. It's an illness to me. And so anything, when it's an illness, it can be healed energetically. So maybe that's the biggest part of our existence here, is going through, putting on that cloak of love, passing by and allowing our immunities, love immunities, to spread. I love how these messages just kind of evolve. We are the immunity. We are the immunity. We have built up beautiful immunities against this darkness, against this heavy slumber virus that's going around. It's causing people to not be able to see the light. They're walking around and they're looking down all the time. And they're sad and they're depressed and they've lost themselves. They don't know who they are. As Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not who they are. Forgive them, all of you, for they know not who they are. So when they run over you, when they're blinded and they can't seem to see any light, your job is just to be the light. Shine so brightly that they wake up and they see you again. Isn't that beautiful? Because we have two choices on this earth. We get to go down the pathway of death and destruction, or we get to go down the pathway of light and love, of creating a whole new existence. And I believe that the reason why we're all waking up is so that we can work together. I want to see heaven on earth. As above, so below. I want to see. And I create, and I do everything I can to create my own heaven here. And as all of us are creating our own heavens, we're intermingling. We're all affecting one another. So that energy is just creating a new energy on the planet, the new earth, right? So I don't think it's that hard. I think you just need to fall in love. I think you need to fall in love daily with yourself when you look in the mirror, with your children, with your significant others, with your puppies and your kittens, and the trees, and the bugs, and the butterflies, and everything around you. Just fall in love. It's the most powerful energy on the planet, and it has the power to change everything. And that's the truth. Lynn, good morning. I haven't seen you for a while, Lynn. Denise, you can see the fear in people's eyes above masks. Yeah, I know. You can also tell if they're smiling. So, oftentimes when I'm walking around in that mask, I can't stand to try to talk to people through the mask. It's that muffled sound, and I'll pull it out a little bit. But if I see someone and I can tell, if they happen to make eye contact, and that's something that I've noticed, this heavy fear virus that's going around. People aren't making eye contact. They can't see one another's souls. Because for whatever reason, the mask covers the face. I'm walking around like this, and all I got is eyes. And I look, and if somebody happens to look up at me, or if I'm at the register and they're just down and they're not really, and they make eye contact. I make eye contact with them, and even though my face is covered, I smile so that they can see, because we can see love in one another's eyes. The eyes are very, very important, and I do believe that the masks have a way of showing us how important. We look away from the face, and we look up at the eyes, and we see each other's souls. So if we can just make eye contact, and we can just look at each other's eyes and say, oh, there you are, I see you. I see you. And then something in us just starts to go, oh yeah, okay. All right, I saw her soul. And we're all mirrors to each other, and we go, oh, there's my soul again. I found you. Isn't it beautiful? We're just here to help each other wake up. And those people that get so stuck and so buried under all of that stuff, they're just going to get recycled. It's okay. Death doesn't really exist. We step out of physical, we go back to the truth of who we are, and then we get the chance to come back again, hopefully, and try again and do better next time. And it's okay. They're all okay. Everyone's okay. Everyone's going to be okay, I promise. Oh my gosh, sorry. I love doves so much. A dove just came down and landed on the roof. I'm going to have to put a bird feeder right there, because that's where they like to come down and land and look in the window at me, and it's like a gift. Thank you. There's nothing like a dove. I do believe that was a gift. Thank you for that gift, Steve. I always say thank you to him, because I really believe he brings me beauty all the time. Oh, there goes another one. Sorry. All right. Let me see, John, what do you got? These glasses I actually broke, both sides of them now, so they're not working so good. I think the tickles on our faces and heads are just our loved ones letting us know they're with us. Just relax into the energy and ask who it is. Who comes to your mind first? That's who with you. Let me spend some time on that. John, I think you're probably right. There you go. Bring the beautiful energy of the angels and the Lord, then wrap it up in your bubble. Wrap it up in your bubble. Take it out with you. It's really important. Let's do the bubble today. Now I got a robin. It's like springtime out there, guys. It's like you should see me at springtime. If you think I'm crazy right now, when true spring shows up, there is nothing that can keep me in the house. I'm out climbing mountains. I'm playing with the birds, talking to the birds. Who wants to go? Who wants to go with me up a mountain to talk to some birds today? We might just do that. If there was a signal out there, I would take you guys with me every time. I sometimes take videos and bring it back for you. It's the best I can do. I love birds. I really love birds. They're my favorite animal, I think. And I can't say that. I love horses, and I love platypuses too, and I love pigs. Oh, I love pigs so much. Maybe I just love them all. Can't choose favorites, can we? All right, so let's do that, John. Let's be the bubbles today. We've been really working. Sorry. She's like coming over. This little dove is hanging out on the roof, and it keeps coming over and going. You know how they do? They like when they're walking, their little heads bob, and then they go. And she's doing that. She's like looking in the mirror or in the window at me, and I'm like, "Hello, little bird. Hello, bird." Be the child. Let's be the child. We're going to the playground. Be the child. The children, they don't have a problem talking to fairies and dragons and little birds. They see the magic all around them, right? So we need to be the child today. We need to see the magic that's all around us for a few minutes. So we're going to create a big, I hope you're feeling okay today. We're going to wrap you in a big healing bubble. Stick with us. We're going to create this, all of us together. It's not just my bubble. You're all going to work on it together. So we're calling in angels first for protection. Archangel Michael's always with me anyway. He's like, yeah, I got you. I got your back. So each one of you is just wrapped up in protection right now. We're asking that if there's anyone here today that needs some healing, or if you know of anyone with healing, with needs for healing, if you want to send general out across the planet, wherever you'd like to send it today, we're going to build up some beautiful energy, and we're going to make a big ball, and we're going to throw it, and we're going to let it bounce all over the planet and see if it can't, see how much magic we can create today. So we're going to work on this together. So you're perfectly protected. If you have any illness, you just, in your mind or say it out loud, you just say yes, yes. I love cows. Carol loves cows. They do have beautiful eyes. You can see right into the soul. That's why I can't eat them. I really can't. When I was a kid, I lived way out in the country in Florida, and we had cow fields all the way around our yard. And I would go out and I would talk to the cows all the time. There was one that was my favorite. He was black and he had a big white face. And he always had such a dirty face. I'm not going to tell you what I called him. I called him Poop Face. He didn't mind. But he was my buddy. He was my friend. As soon as he saw me, he was just a calf at first. So as soon as he saw me come out, we had orange trees and pineapple. What are they? Grapefruit trees. And I would go out and I'd pick some fruit off the trees, and I'd go over and hand it to him, and he'd just get it all down his face. And he was so cute. He loved those oranges. He was my buddy. It's hard making friends with cattle that you know are probably heading to the butcher at some day, but I did anyway. He was my friend. I've always loved animals so much, and I see their souls in those big brown eyes. So take a big breath. Be the child with me today. Are we going to the cave of bouncing rose quartz every time we bounce on the... We get a boost of loving energy. Every time we bounce on the rose. Okay, we can have rose quartz. We can bounce on whatever you'd like to bounce on today. Let's have a rose quartz cave. Let's create it. So I want you to take a big, big breath into your heart. Just all this loving energy. The angels are like, okay, here we go. They just gather when we start to play. I love the way they feel. Our loved ones come in close. Nice. Breathe that in. Take in some of this healing energy, love energy. It's the energy that moves mountains. So take it into your lungs. And when you get all filled up, when you feel that you're so full of love energy, you just let it pop right out of your chest. And then suddenly it's a bubble around you. So create a bubble right now. And then I want you to make it as big as you possibly can. Can you feel it? Just channel all this love energy with me. We multiply. When we're all gathered in the same space, our love just grows so huge. And the angels, they pitch in. And your loved ones. Little Steve mixed it. Thank you, Steve. He's so present lately. He's so like, okay, here you go. Can you feel him? Big breath. All right, and as you pop that bubble out around you, I want you to just keep on pulling in this love and breathing it into your bubble and make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Make that bubble as big as you want and pull anyone into it that you'd like to. You can imagine your grandparents that have passed. You can imagine any loved ones that you want. You can call in the higher selves of your children and say, hey, come play with me today. They don't know, but that's okay. They can say yes or no. They might say no, but they might say yes. See if they want to come play. And then when you're ready, we're all going to kind of bounce our bubbles together. I want you to bounce your bubble together. Join me. And as you do that, they just open up to each other. And it becomes one huge bubble. We're all going to get in there and play together today. So take a big breath and just kind of bounce your bubble into mine or to anyone else that you see here. Have some fun bouncing around for a minute. And then suddenly they just go, poof. They're just going to blump into each other. We just join each other because we're going to fly. The bubble is all nice and soft and squishy. You can kind of bounce around on it if you want to. You can bounce off the walls. You ever when you had kids or you take them to the bouncy house, that's what it's like. You're just bouncing off everything. Boing, 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 boing. You can bounce off each other. There's nobody going to hurt. When you're in spirit form, you can't get hurt. So it's okay. Bounce off each other if you want to. We're all just bundles of energy. Bouncing, bing, 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 bing. Everywhere you want to go. Enjoy yourself. Play. Please play. And now that that bubble is all joined up together, and we're all in there having a good time, while we're bouncing around, the angels are lifting us up off the ground, and they're pulling us all the way across around the world to this beautiful place. It's nothing but giant crystals. Everywhere there's mountains of different colored crystals. You'll see clear crystals and smoky quartz, and you see rose quartz, and you see emerald mountains and ruby mountains and sapphires, blue sapphire mountains. They're all around. Look at them. They're just so beautiful. And the sun comes down and it shines through, and they make these colorful rainbows of light. It's almost, if you had real eyes, you'd be blinded by how beautiful it is. But since you've got your spirit eyes on, you're not going to get hurt by them, so you can just take it all in. Just enjoy. Enjoy. Just stand there. Can you see those beautiful mountains? And there's caves, just as John wanted. We have a quartz cave. You can go into the emerald cave. You can go wherever you like. So as our bubble lands, it kind of just gone, and you are free to roam. Where would you like to go? I see some waterfalls. Oh gosh, those waterfalls are beautiful as the light shines through them. Amazing. You can hear the sound. Listen to the sound of them in your ears. Can you hear that water rushing? If you're feeling all weighed down today, if you're feeling like you're carrying around energy that's not your own, energy that you want to clear, even if it is your own and you're done with it, I would love for you to find a waterfall and step into it. Your guides, your angels are going to be right there with you, and they're going to wash you clean. Find just the right one for you. I want the one that's coming through the sapphire. I love sapphires. So as I get close, it's like blue, the bluest, deepest water you can imagine. And I just step in. And as I step in, it like washes me clean, and it's warm and it's cozy and it feels good. There's nothing like it. Feel that energy wash down over the top of you, washing away any energies that are not your own, any hooks, cords, attachments, anything that you're ready to release. Just say, okay, just throw your arms up and out and just say, okay, bring it. Mm-hmm. Isn't it beautiful? Big breath. You can breathe that water into your lungs. Let it cleanse your lungs. Let it heal your body. Goes to every cell, every organ, every bone, to your nervous system, to your lymphatic system, every part of you being perfectly cleansed and cleaned and washed, and all of your energy centers, your chakras are spinning beautifully, every one of them. And then when you've gotten that good cleansing, you get to go explore. Is there a cave behind your waterfall? Take a peek. Walk back in there. Oh, I see. There's caves behind every waterfall, and they go deeper and deeper into the earth. They go as far as you want to go. They're huge. And even though you would think that caves are really dark, all of the crystals within these mountains are translucent. They allow light to shine through. So it's like when you walk into the sapphire cave, it's all blue. And you walk into the rose quartz, everything's pink. And it's so healing. That rose quartz is so healing. Spend some time in the rose quartz. It feels so good. The air that's in there is the perfect temperature for you. There's water that you can float in there if you'd like to. It's very, very dense water. So when you lay down, you just float nice and easy. Perfect temperature. If you want to splash around, if you want to bounce like John does off the walls, go ahead. Bounce off the walls. Picture yourself in a big bouncy ball for a while. Be the bouncy ball. That's even better. Be a bouncy ball. Just turn yourself into a bouncy ball. Start bouncing off the walls. There's a special room for that. We don't want to mess with the people that are taking a nice comfy bath. So go back into the bouncy room. And there's a bunch of bouncers in there. Go in there and just bounce off each other and have a good time. Laughter is the best way to raise your vibration. Please laugh. I just heard a duck. Who's got a duck? It's a cute little duck. It's yellow. And it's like talking. You hear it talking, talking, talking. I'm going to try to listen and see if I can understand what it's trying to tell me. Nice. Energy just lifted. Hello, little duck. He wants to be my new friend. I'm going to bring him with me. That's what he says. He says, I'm going to go with you when you leave. I'm going to stay beside your side. I'm going to be your new teacher. Even though I'm a funny little yellow duck, I have things to teach because I'm silly and I got big feet and I love to play. I'm going to be there beside you. I'm going to remind you. When you start to feel heavy energy, I'm going to be there to quack, quack, quack in your ear and tell you to play. Tell you to lighten up. That's what he says. How many of you, there's a whole bunch of ducks in here. If you need that quacking in your ear to remind you to play, please pick up a duck. They're like, as soon as you lift them off the ground, they're like the little rubber duckies, and you can put them in your pocket. And when you get them home, they'll start talking, I promise. You get to take them in compact form. They get small, so you can stick them in your pocket. Put them up here so they're nice and safe. Make sure John doesn't bounce into them. All the animals are laughing. What other animals do you see? Jumping on the moon. That's fun. We go all the way to the moon. Jump, 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 jump. And then jump right into the rose quartz pool. It's not a bathtub. It's a pool. It's huge. It's deep. You can jump from way up high. And when you hit that rose quartz water, anything that doesn't feel healthy in your body, it just goes, it washes away. What else are we doing? Oh, the energy is great for the moon. That big full moon. It's still a full moon energy tonight. Yeah, I love that moon. Love moon energy. So keep breathing. Keep relaxing your body. As you're relaxing, that healing energy has come down through your crown and it's just flushing right on through every one of your chakras. If there's things that you need to let go of, if you're feeling heavy, sad, scared, anything today, just tell your angels, I'm ready to be done with this. I don't want that icky thing in my life anymore. You can have it. I'm done with fear. Completely done. I get to keep my ego, but my ego is learning. She is learning to release fear. And what a beautiful life when fear goes away. And take another big breath, lots of love energy. Pull it into your heart. Nice, nice, nice. What are you guys doing out there? There's so much. I can hear you laughing and know you're having fun. Keep enjoying. Keep enjoying. We got a little bit of time. We're just going to keep on floating around. I'm monitoring John Stewart because he looks like he's getting a little too rowdy. Not really. Have fun. Have fun. You guys enjoy yourselves. What other animals do you see? Are you creating? There's a room here where you can create some kind of crazy animal. You go for it. I get the platypus, but you guys can do whatever you'd like. I would like to create a platypus today that he still has the funny duck bill. And he has the zebra stripes. I'm going to give him zebra stripes. I want a platypus with zebra stripes. He likes that. He's like, oh, this is fun. I like this little new coat I got. And what else? What else would I like to give him? Big old eyelashes. I want him to have really pretty eyelashes. And I want him to be able to fly. Because you know that platypus has been stuck with those big old funny feet and the duckbill for a long time. So he's got zebra stripes and he's got beautiful butterfly wings. I'm going to give him some big, strong butterfly wings. So my platypus can now fly wherever he wants to go. He flutters. Butterflies don't really fly, do they? They flutter. So he gets to flutter around Just blah, 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 everywhere he goes. He's a much happier platypus now. He's not so grumpy. You can reach out and pet him if you want to. Platypus, you know, that animal, as cute as it is really kind of grumpy. So we're taking the grumpy away, Mr. Platypus. You get to be happy now that you can fly. You know what else I'd like to do? I'd like to reinvent the penguin. Because the penguins, they're the cutest little birds. They're adorable. I love penguins. And poor little penguins can't fly. Oh, they got wings, but they flap them a little. Maybe it helps them with their balance because they got those funny little feet. But have you ever thought maybe penguins should be given wings that work? So let's give some penguins some wings that work today. They got to have some feathers. They got to be big, strong wings because they're a big bird, right? So they got like pterodactyl wings. Pterodactyl wings on a penguin flying through the sky. Imagine that. I can see it now. That's good. That's good. What else are we creating? I hope you guys are having fun. Make something else. You got about 2 more minutes. Create something special. I want to know. I'd love for you to draw it for me today. Send me a picture of it. Even if it's with words. Create it with your words. It's okay. We can create. We can tell stories to each other. What else would if I always wanted to create? I would really like a mini dinosaur that walks the earth. I want him to be like a bronchosaurus. I think that's how you say it. I want him to be a long neck. But I want it to be small enough that I can put a leash on it and we can walk downtown with it. So about the size of a Great Dane, maybe, with a great big long neck. And all he eats is greens. He loves a good salad. He doesn't eat other animals. He just likes salad. So it's okay to walk him downtown. He's very safe. He's very cute, too. He's got a big smile. Got that great big head. I love a long neck. They're one of my favorite animals. So I'm going to create mini long necks. Who wants one? They're free. I won't charge. You guys are having fun. I feel your energy. And I feel the clearing energy going throughout the collective that's here now and in the future, whenever you get here. Feel that clearing energy. The angels are always there to help you. They're like, oh, let's get these people while they're relaxing. We're going to get them all cleared out and centered. So when you walk away, you're going to have this yummy feeling. I feel so much better. Thank you for joining me in this fun today. So now we're going to have to come back from these beautiful crystal mountains, but you can go back anytime you'd like. I can't leave you there. You might get lost in there. I want to bring you back out, okay? So as you're coming back out of the crystal cave that you're in, I want you to look where I am. I want you to join me. We're making a big circle. See yourself coming out of the cave. Blink in your eyes. It's a little bright out here. Come on out, all you little cuties. Make a circle. And when you get to that circle, we're going to work to build that great big bubble again. So take a big breath. Pop back into your bubble and then join me. Let's make one big bubble. You guys are so full of energy now that bubble was much easier. Thank you. So the angels are lifting us back up and they're bringing us back into the 3D realm that we're stuck in right now, and it's okay because we are bringing that beautiful 5D energy with us, the energy of love. So bring it with you, and then when you get back, I want you to take a big breath and pull your higher self, pull that beautiful part of you that's been out adventuring back into your heart. Take a big breath now. All the way up, clearing, all the way from your spine. Pull that earth energy in through your feet. Nice. Can you hear that deeper breath? It comes up through your vocal cords. Listen really close. Do this with me. Feels so good. So good. So nice when you do that. It's like it pulls that love energy all the way back into that great big well that you've got behind your heart. Pulls it into that voice of the spirit, that there's a place behind your vocal cords. It's just like your third eye. It's behind your vocal cords. And it's where the angels find their voice inside of you. So when you breathe deeply like that, it's like that angelic energy fills that well. So when you speak, it comes out. It comes out and people are like, why am I so comforted by you? Because I'm speaking for the angels. They're speaking through me. Take a big breath. One more. Angelic energy filling us right up. Isn't that beautiful? So now that you're all safe and sound within your heart, you're all healed and you're healthy and you're strong, I want you to see yourself being wrapped up in the angelic energy. Archangel Michael is just wrapping you up in protection today. He says you can turn your light back a little bit if you'd like. And when you're ready, you can turn it back up. The controls are always in your hand. You get to decide who gets to see your light and who doesn't. You get to decide how brightly you want to shine today. And in the midst of all of that bright shining that you're doing, he is right there to protect you, keep you safe. So that if you're shining too brightly around the wrong energies, he will cover you. He'll cover you. Dim your light for a little bit. You're always protected. You're always cared for. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me in all that fun. Be safe today. Be safe. Be in love. Be in love today. That's all I got for you. And it's time for me to get off. I will check back in. Tomorrow morning I'll be here. Take good care of yourselves. I love you so much. Bye.